Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. And today I want to do a little explanation with respect to my top 5 list that I put out this weekend. Tell you about what's coming up this weekend and handle just a few housekeeping items, as it were. First, I've said this a lot of times and I apologize for repeating it. If you want to get in touch with me, email is right here. That's the best way. Email tsevangelist@live.com. That's the best way. Next best way, Facebook, my public Facebook page, which is TS Evangelist. You can send me a message there. I'll try to get back to you. The comments on YouTube, I'll be honest, I don't always see them, and I pop in from time to time and respond, but I'm not always going to respond to those, and probably most times I won't. There's a lot of them that get hung up in spam. YouTube does that. I don't have a lot of control over it. I can go in and release them, but they do tend to get hung up in spam. So in the comments section, that's for you guys to opine, comment back and forth if you want. But if you've got a targeted question for me, again, email me here or go to my public Facebook page, and I will try to respond to you as quickly as I can. Another note, and I've been saying this for 2 years and I've yet to really do it. I am going to clean up my personal Facebook list, because I do have friends that are shavers, and then I have acquaintance like people that we're in the groups and we're friendly, but we don't really know each other that well. And I'm trying to really trim that down and make my personal Facebook stuff, people I really know and friends. So if you happen to follow off my friends list on Facebook, please don't take that as a personal affront. I just can't, when I have family and friends and people I've known for years messaging me, and then other people and people don't even know, it's very difficult to keep up with. Keep in mind, we're in the groups. If you want to interact with me, come on in, Razor and Brush. I'm in there a lot, and we can interact that way, and most of us do. So please don't be offended if you fall off. I don't mean it personally. I don't mean that you're not valuable in any way. It's just that I'm trying to keep that a little tighter, and I want my public interfaces, which is my public Facebook page and Twitter and all those things, to be sort of the public face, and I can kind of keep the shaving folks who really aren't friends of mine in a true sense. We can interact there and in the groups, and then my family and friends and people I grew up with and knew for years sort of on my friends list. So I hope that makes sense to you. Now let's move on to the top 5 list, because I want to explain something. So when I make a top 5 list, keep in mind I always explain sort of the criteria for that. And for me, like I ran down last week, integrity, how I feel about the artisans in terms of their integrity, cost, availability, do they have resellers, can you get things, do they have a wide variety, quality of the product, scent selection. There are a lot of factors that go into this. And so when I'm making these lists, what I do is I go over, and I'll even show you here in a moment, one shelf. What I buy a lot of stuff, as you guys know, and then eventually I'll get rid of the stuff I don't love. I might like them and they might be great, top notch, but I gravitate to other things. So you're going to find on my main shelf, guess what? The 5 brands that I have the most of: Razor Rock, Barrister & Mann, Katie's Bubbles, Soap Commander, and Sterling. Those are the 5 brands that I have the most soaps of. I've been doing business with most of these people for some time. I've used a lot of their products, not just 1 or 2 or 3, and I like them. They are my favorite. All right, this is my list. My list. And I'm going to tell you, and I don't care what you think about this. When I grab my Razor Rock, all right, and if it's a $2.99 soap like Amici, by the way, which was sent to me by a fellow, I can't remember his name, thank you. And I go into the shave den, and I get my shave on. I'm happy with it, 100%. I'm happy with it. And I've tried $80 soaps and $60 soaps and $50 soaps, and you name it. I'm happy with my $2.99 Amici. It works very well for me. Doesn't mean it will for you. It's my list. I like RazoRock. I like Sterling. I like Katie's. Bottom line. So do not come in there with no foolishness about X brand should be in there. No way RazoRock should be in there above X. It's not your list. Make your own list. That's the beauty of this. It's my list. These are the 5 soaps which I will show you that I own the most of. It would stand to reason, because I've been through hundreds of soaps, and these are the ones that make the cut. They're my favorite. Period. And I don't care what you say about something else being better. It is for you. You, not me. It's not for me. The other thing, it never fails. There are people that come in, X brand, X brand is so much better than all that. Well, buy it. There are several brands that I will not use under any circumstances. And I'm not going to name them, no. I'm not going to spend time talking about stuff I don't use. And I'm not ever going to use them, and you're not going to convince me to use them. I made the decision not to use them. And some of them are very good, and some of them aren't. I'm just going to be honest about it. Some of the products I use are very good, or don't use, excuse me, are very good, and they're definitely of quality and variety and all those things. They meet a lot, but they fail in other categories, and I'm not using them. So, no matter what, they're not going to be on my list, ever. They may have been on a list previously, but they're not today, and they're never going to be, because I'm not using them. And if you think they're great, put them on your list. And you guess what? When you make your list and you put it out, and you say, hey, man, my top 5 are XXXX, I'm going to tell you, you're doggone right, for you. But I'm not using it. Don't ask me why I'm not using it. Please. I get questions all the time about, why don't you use this? And if I'm not using it, it's probably because there's a reason. There's a good reason. And if I wanted to share that, I would. Because I'm not bashful about sharing my opinion. But on the same token, I don't have the desire to talk about products I'm not using anymore. I'm going to talk about what I like, my top 5, my top 10, what have you. I spend a lot of time on stuff I'm not going to use. I'm not going to buy it. Not going to use it. Not giving it any airtime. Period. So, if you want to use it, I'll never dissuade you from using it. And I'll never say your list is wrong. And I ask for the same courtesy in return, because my list is 100% accurate for me. And your list is 100% accurate for you. Period. So let's not get caught up on, products that don't appear on this channel, because they're not going to appear. Now, there are some brands I've yet to use. I'll get to them at some point, or I won't. But just watch the brands that I use and make your own decision. Try them. If you like them, great. If you don't like them, maybe you'll find something you do like. I'm not trying to sell them. I don't get commissions. I don't get kickbacks. They don't pile up free stuff in my den because I do videos. And they send me more stuff as a payment. I don't take payment. I just like what I like. I buy it, and if I like it, I'm going to talk about it. And I'm going to continue to talk about RazoRock and Katie's Bubbles and Soap Commander and Sterling and Barrister Man. Yeah. If you don't like them, don't use them. Period. Don't use them. Use your own. Period. That's it. I'll go ahead and show you my main shelf. And by the way, this weekend, I'll roll in 5 more brands, give you my top 10. And, same scenario there. So, once again, Leroy Barking. Anyway, I'll roll this footage in of my main shelf. Proof. These are my favorites. And then we'll move on. Again, stay tuned for our videos this weekend. 5 more brands, top 10. Thanks for watching. I think I'm going to do something different this time. Let's make America shave again. See you next time. Alright, so as promised, I wanted to show you what I own the most of. I don't make these lists up because I like the vendors. Here you have RazoRock, sizable stack. In the back there, Barrister and Mann. To the right, you have Katie's Bubbles. Over here, you have two stacks of Soap Commander and Sterling. So as I come back out in the shot, you'll see that is what I own the most of. All right, Razor Rock, Barrister and Mann, Katie's Bubbles, Sterling, and Soap Commander. And so for me, it's not really hard to make a top 5 list. I mean, there's so many great soaps, it's difficult to choose at times, but what I keep the most of and what I truly enjoy the most are these brands, period. These are my top 5 brands. You cannot say that my top 5's invalid because it's my list. Oh, by the way, there's my voodoo doll from Marie Laveau's House of Voodoo in New Orleans, and I use this to keep the idiotic spirits of wet shaving away from me. All right,